Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are. In the world, we are in London doing the nighttime devotion from the devotional Christ Triumphant, the title today. The living water comes from Jesus. John 4 verse 7. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus saith unto her, Give me to drink. Consider how circumstances that occur bring truth before the minds of others. Call to mind the woman of Samaria who came, as was her usual custom, to draw water. A stranger sitting on the well asks her for a drink. A conversation begins. Jesus says to her, If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Remembering the weary work that she had to repeat day after day, and thinking what an advantage it would be if she would have water without all this trouble, the woman said, Sir, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. She did not realize that Jesus was presenting to her the soul's highest interest, the water of life. The words spoken by Christ were the living water, but she soon came to so interested that she left her water pot and, going into the city, bore the words to her countrymen, Come, see a man which told me all things that I ever did. Is not this the Christ? The woman had come for water, and she heard of the water of life. She had been convinced of sin and believed on Jesus Christ. Thus the holy oil is emptied, but the holy messengers, represented by the two olive trees, into the golden tubes, and from thence into the golden bowls. The emptying process goes on, from the receiving of the golden oil to the communicating of the same to others. Words are spoken. The unconscious influences that surround the soul are felt, although no words are designedly spoken. A word may be often spoken that will be as seed sown. The Lord has made ample provision that the heavenly graces shall be abundantly supplied to all. All that the truth as it is in Jesus shall hold the first place in the heart and shall ever occupy the soul temple. Then there will be thorough devotion to God, and all true believers will become fishers of men. They will pray for wisdom and will walk in accordance with the prayer, Ye are the light of the world. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. The living water comes from Jesus. So this is reflecting on when Jesus waited at the well. Now this is a time where he told the disciples to go on and find food. And he took a little beeline to this town just so he could come across this woman of Samaria. He waited at the well. He knew that she would come there at the height of the day, because that was when no one else would come. It would come there. So she knew she could go there and not be bothered by anyone. And that's when Jesus said, "Give me some water." Now, in those days, the Jews did not entertain conversation or any such thing with Samaritans. So this woman was like, who are you asking me for water? And Jesus is basically saying, you don't know what kind of water I can give you. And it doesn't give us the full conversation, but he tells her all about herself. Jesus is the word of life. Remember, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Every word of that is from Jesus. He is the word. And no one, not one person of this earth can go to the Father except through Jesus. And the woman of Samaria came to realize this when she said, "Come see a man which told me of things that I ever did. Is this not the Christ?" She knew. And she was instrumental in converting most, if not all, of that city. And then Jesus went on to meet up with the disciples again. But the message is, once you have drunk or experienced this water, there will be thorough devotion to God. And all true believers will become fishers of men. Your word may not always seem to be listened or heard, but it is sown like a seed. Never feel that you cannot say what you feel you want to, or that you're inspired to say. It never falls on deaf ears. Even if the person you say it to doesn't hear, or doesn't seem to hear, someone else might. Or someone else might say something similar sometime, which will make your words more relevant. It is a seed sown. Keep sowing.